Hi there, old and new friends. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be discussing if you should consider purchasing Disney Vacation Club right now, and then we're even going to talk about Disney's newest DVC resort, which is the Disneyland Villas over in Anaheim, California. So let's go. So before we kind of dive into whether or not DVC is a good option for you and your family, I think it's important for me to just kind of do a basic rundown on what is Disney Vacation Club. Well, DVC is basically Disney's version of a timeshare, and you buy into real estate resort properties and you buy in using a number of points. Now, the points equate out to a certain amount of dollars, and then you cash in or use those points to stay at that resort or other resorts within the Disney Vacation Club network. So for example, if I wanted to buy membership into Disney's Contemporary Resort, which would be Bay Lake Towers, I would buy a certain amount of points. And then when I would go on my trips every year, I could then use points to stay at that resort or another Walt Disney World resort where they have a Disney Vacation Club building or offerings. Now, I think it's important to kind of explain how do the points work. So basically, as I said, each Disney Vacation Club point equates out to a certain amount of dollars. And then based upon where you're staying, the type of room you're staying, the day of the week, whether it's a weekend or a weekday, and even the season, whether it's off season or a high popular time, will determine how many points it takes for you to stay at that resort. So for example, staying at DVC resorts Sundays through Thursdays are going to be cheaper than staying Friday and Saturday nights. Also, staying at, let's say, September, February is going to be less points that need to be used versus if you want to go during Christmas time, Thanksgiving, summertime. So think of like peak crowd times. And then in regards to the types of rooms, Disney Vacation Clubs vary in their different room offerings, but you're typically always going to have first some sort of deluxe studio. Deluxe studios are basically the equivalent of a standard hotel room suite. So you're going to have typically a queen bed, a Murphy, couch or bed, and then you're also going to have a kitchenette. Deluxe studios at minimum sleep 4. There are some that do sleep 5. Now, there are a couple of resorts that are now starting to offer duo studios, which are basically deluxe studios, but designed for just 2 people. Above deluxe studios, you're going to have 1 bedrooms, which have everything that the deluxe studio has, but that queen bed is going to be in a separate bedroom. Then 2 bedrooms, basically same thing once again. It's going to be a deluxe studio with a 1 bedroom, and the second bedroom is going to actually be an attached deluxe studio. And then 3 bedroom or grand villas are going to have 3 bedrooms. Sometimes they have multiple floors. And when you go from the 1 bedroom status and up, you're going to get a full kitchen. So dishwasher, full refrigerator and freezer, oven, pots and pans that you need. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Well, why do people buy Disney Vacation Club? What's the draw? Why is it something that is desirable? Well, Disney used to actually have a lot of advertisements where they would talk about Disney Vacation Club being their best kept secret. And the reason why many individuals and families choose to purchase is that it really does allow you to be able to save money on your Disney vacation trips. And it also allows you to be able to stay at deluxe Disney resorts for less money. I can say for my own family that Disney Vacation Club has allowed us to stay at deluxe resorts that were always on our Disney, as I say, popcorn bucket list, places that we always dreamed to stay, and has even opened doors for us to be able to travel to different places that we never thought we would be able to. So for example, with being DVC members, Disney Vacation Club also has a resort in California, and they're currently building a new DVC resort. They have the Grand Californian over there, and now the Disneyland Hotel is going to be offering villas as well. And then there's also Disney's Aulani in Hawaii. And this past summer, my family and I were able to travel over to California, and then we even went to Hawaii. And so through Disney Vacation Club, for a lot of people, Hawaii it's your dream to go there. It was for me. And Disney Vacation Club allowed our family to be able to stay at Disney's Alani for an entire week. And we had an absolutely amazing time. Now with Disney Vacation Club as well, you can even use your points to go on Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, where you can travel to different countries and destinations all over the world. And you can even use your points to stay at different hotels and accommodations that are part of Disney's partnership program. So for example, if you were traveling, let's say to Paris, you could find a hotel in Paris that will actually accept your vacation points. So whether you want to stay right with Disney or adventure outside of the Disney realm, you can use Disney Vacation Club to help you accomplish all of your travel dreams. Now, another question that some of you may be asking is, does Disney Vacation Club actually save you money? And I would say it all depends on how often you plan on going on vacations, how often you plan on traveling. And like I said, are you someone that, do you want to travel abroad or do you want to go to the Disney resorts? Now, if you're someone like me, I tend to go to Disney a couple times during the year, and Disney Vacation Club has been a huge money saver for me. The amount that I would be paying out of pocket to stay at a deluxe resort versus using my points you can't even compare it. With Disney Vacation Club as well, you have the choice that when you buy in, that you can either pay for your membership in full. So you would pay for the entire membership, or you can finance. And once you've paid for your entire membership, it basically is like every year you're vacationing at Disney for free. The only cost that you occur after paying your membership is your annual dues. And so once you cover your annual dues for the year, that's pretty much it. And so it's really nice that you don't really have to think about how you're going to budget and plan out for your Disney vacation trips, because you already paid for it in a sense. All you have to do is just figure out where you want to stay, how you want to stay, and then how many points you want to utilize. One of the nice things about Disney Vacation Club is that you can bank your points, meaning that you push them off to the next year. So if you have a year where you know that you're not going to be doing a lot of traveling or not planning to Disney, you can actually push those points off. So if you have, let's say, 150 points, I can push those off, and then the next year I'll have 300 points to work with. You can also borrow points. So let's say that you have 150 points, but you want to do a trip that's going to cost 200 points. You can borrow 50 points from the next year. That means that going into that year, you're only going to have 100 points, but you can tap into those points. So that's one of the nice things about Disney Vacation Club as well, is that there are different areas that you can work with your points, and there is flexibility. If you purchase a certain amount of points and then you decide later on, you know what, I actually need some more points, you absolutely can add on points at an additional time. Once you become an official Disney Vacation Club member, you can also buy into other Disney Vacation Club resorts for only 50 points. If it's your first time ever purchasing Disney Vacation Club, you have to purchase a minimum of 100 points. And if you want to get a blue card, you have to purchase 150 points. Now, I know the next question you guys are thinking is, what is this blue card? Is it like Willy Wonka golden ticket? Well, kind of is. So when you purchase into Disney Vacation Club, there are certain benefits that you get. But if you want to have those benefits, you have to purchase 150 points. Now, what are those benefits? Well, Disney Vacation Club members have access to special after-hours events such as Moonlight Magic, where certain Disney parks are open just for DVC members and up to 10 guests. During these events, DVC members have access to special snacks, treats, fun character meet and greets, and of course, most of the attractions are open. You also are entitled to one free entree, drink, and snack at a quick service location of your choosing. Now, other benefits include exclusive members lounges. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen those in the parks. Disneyland California just had a member lounge open up in Tomorrowland. And if you're looking for the member lounge in Walt Disney World, it is going to be Epcot, and it is going to be in the gift shop after you get off of Journey into Imagination with Figment. These lounges are just a nice way to say thank you to members. There's typically couches and chairs, laptops, iPads, and then Coca-Cola freestyle machines, espresso machines, and of course DVC guides if you want to ask any questions about your membership, discuss maybe adding on more points. But overall, these lounges are really nice. I know for myself, shamelessly, I've definitely gone up there and taken many, many naps when I needed a break from all the heat and running around the parks. Some other benefits that you have as DVC members are discounts. So typically when you go to different dining locations and shopping around the Walt Disney World property and Disneyland as well, there are certain restaurants and shops where you can get a discount. But if you're a DVC member, you also can get these discounts as well. Also, there are member exclusive Disney Vacation Club cruises that you can participate in, where every single guest on that cruise is either a DVC member or a guest of a DVC member. If you've never been on a cruise, a Disney cruise, I would highly encourage it, even if you don't do a Disney Vacation Club specific cruise. My family and I just went on a Disney cruise, and we are blue card members, and throughout the entire cruise we kept getting gifts the entire time. Like, it wasn't even a DVC cruise, but like we had special lanyards waiting for us. We talked to the different DVC guides, and every day we got a new and a special gift. So it really does pay to be a blue card member. If you do buy Disney Vacation Club via resale, one thing I do want to warn you about is just that you will not be able to use your DVC points at other resorts. So you know how I talked about how, for example, you could buy points into like Bay Lake Tower, for example? Well, if you buy points directly from Disney, you can actually use those points to stay at any Disney Vacation Club resort. So, but if you buy resale, you can only use those points to stay at Disney's Contemporary Resort. So just keep that in mind, that if you are buying resale, it really needs to be that that resort is where you always want to stay. You don't want to stay anywhere else using points. Now, one of the benefits of that when you buy into a specific resort is that you can book your Disney vacation 11 months out in advance. For everyone else, it's 7 months out. So one of the benefits is that you want to buy into a resort where you foresee yourself spending the most amount of time, or, you know, on a daily basis, you're going to really want to stay there a lot. For our family, my parents have a DVC membership at the Polynesian, and I have a DVC membership at the Grand Floridian. And so my parents picked their favorite resort. I picked my favorite resort. And, you know, we use our points to stay at those resorts, but we also use them to stay at other resorts. Last year for December, we actually stayed at Bay Lake Tower, and we wanted to experience that. So even though we could have stayed at the Grand Floridian or the Polynesian, we wanted to try something different. So that's one of the other fun and options, and I would say benefits of purchasing directly from Disney. So the other thing I want to make sure that I make this clear, guys, is that all of those benefits that I just listed, Moonlight Magic, the discounts, DVC exclusive cruises, all of those things are only for Blue Card members. And if you buy resale, you are not considered a Blue Card member, even if you buy resale points of over 150. So if you want to have a Blue Card, you have to purchase 150 points directly from Disney. And it's called Blue Card memberships, but your card is actually digitally on your phone and through your Disney Experience app. So you're no longer going to get an actual hard card. They got rid of the actual card a couple years ago, but the whole concept that what entails the card, those benefits, you only get those if you buy or you own 150 points directly from Disney. So you can always buy a membership at a resort for 100 points and then buy into another resort for, let's say, 50 points, and then you've reached 150. But cumulatively, you have to own 150 points that have been purchased directly from Disney. So the other thing we should talk about is that when you are deciding on whether or not to buy Disney Vacation Club, like I said, there's the benefits of buying from Disney, and then there's also benefits from buying from resale. Sometimes, depending upon the market and depending upon the time of year, you may be able to get a pretty good price if you buy resale, but just be aware that you're not going to get the Blue Card benefits, and you can't use those points at any other resort. So something that I also want to discuss is where can you currently purchase DVC memberships directly from Disney. So right now there are a total of 4 resorts that you can buy into. That's going to be Disney's Grand Floridian, Disney's Riviera, Disney's Alani, and Disneyland Villas. So Disneyland Villas is the newest DVC property. It is going to be opening September 28th, 2023. So super exciting. Some tips I want to share with you guys if you are considering purchasing DVC and buying directly from Disney is that you really want to buy in right when a new resort is opening. And the reason being is because you are going to get the most incentives and savings if you do. Typically, if you buy in within the first month of Disney announcing that they have a new resort that's for sale, you will have tremendous savings. And what I mean is that if you buy so many points, Disney will take a couple of $1,000s off. There's also options where you can even give your points back to Disney for the first year, and they will also reduce your price as well. So you definitely are going to want to look into that. And the other thing that I want to remind you guys of is that when you purchase into a DVC property, DVC properties last for about 50 years for the membership. And so if you buy in that very first year, your DVC contract is going to be for 50 years. If you buy a year after that resort is open, it's going to be 49 and then 48 and 47. So if you buy right when that resort first opens, you also are going to get the entire length of that membership. So something that is beneficial if you are a current Disney Vacation Club member, when new Disney resorts open up, all you have to purchase is 50 points to be able to buy into that resort and to have that resort considered to be another one of your home resorts. And like I said, one of the benefits of having a home resort is that you can book reservations 11 months in advance. So you get an edge up on other DVC members, and even for individuals that are booking those resorts out of pocket or even through rental. So now that we've talked about what Disney Vacation Club is, it's purchasing into a real estate property that is a timeshare program. And we've talked about the points and how do we use our points and, differences between buying from Disney versus not. And then once you're already a member and blue cards, we've talked about all these things. Now I want to talk to you guys about current listings and current opportunities within Disney Vacation Club. And we're going to talk about a little bit more of the financial piece, because I know for a lot of you out there, it's going to be really helpful if you can actually see numbers. And I'm even going to put some charts up on the screen. So let's talk about Disney's newest DVC resort coming, the Villas at the Disneyland Hotel. Now, this was a project that was highly anticipated, and a lot of members and even current non-members have been looking forward to. The only DVC resort currently at the California resorts are going to be the Grand Californian. And part of the issue with this DVC property is that there are only 50 rooms on that property that DVC members can use their points. So it's very, very difficult to get into this resort and to be able to book reservations, whether it is your home resort or whether it's not your home resort. The villas at the Disneyland Hotel will actually have 300 rooms. So it's going to greatly increase the opportunity for members who make this their home resort and members who are home resorts on the East Coast side, Disney World side, or even Alani. It's going to increase everyone's opportunity to be able to stay here. And one of the benefits of staying at the Disneyland Hotel is, of course, it's the very first Disney resort ever, and it's just steps away from Disneyland and California Adventure. It only takes about a 10-minute walk to get to the entrances of both. So it's super convenient, it's nostalgic, and there's just something special about that resort. I stayed there for the first time this past summer. It was fabulous. I mean, it was absolutely so detailed, and like I said, the nostalgia, you're walking around there and you feel like, wow, like I'm in history, like I'm walking around where Walt was, and I'm walking around his dream and what he saw come to pass. So Very, very unique and very wonderful opportunity. And especially for those of you that are thinking about buying Disney property, if you're on the West Coast or East Coast, you may want to consider purchasing here. So the rooms at this resort are going to start at 13 points per night. And remember what we talked about for points, guys, it all depends on when you're staying, what type of room you're staying at, and then of course, the days of the week. When I say when, days of the week, also seasonality is this off time, popular time, and then the type of room. So are you wanting to stay in a 1-bedroom? Are you okay with staying in a duo studio with 2 people or a deluxe studio with 4? All of these things are going to dictate the points. And then of course, if it's a Sunday through Thursday, it's going to be cheaper. Friday and Saturdays, weekends are going to be considered more expensive. So just keep that in mind. Something that I would encourage you to do is if you're thinking about buying into this resort or any Disney Vacation Club resort, is to ask a Disney Vacation Guide for a points chart. Or if you don't want to do that, you can even go to Disney Vacation Club online and download the points charts for the various resorts. And you can completely see which weeks work best for you and your family, and to say, okay, if we want to go away every year, the first week in June, how many points is that going to take? And then you can purchase that amount of points to ensure that you're never going to be short, you're never going to run out, and that you're not purchasing enough or purchasing more points than you know what to do with. Remember when I said that it's really helpful for you to buy in when properties first open up? Well, I can tell you that when the villas at the Disneyland Hotel were first announced, current members could save $4,000 by purchasing into this resort. And since May, when this was first announced, the price of savings has continued to go down. So right now, if you buy 150 points, you can save $1,200. And if you buy 200 points, you can save $2,300. But I can tell you that this amount was much, much higher a couple months ago. So this is why I would really encourage you guys that if you're thinking about buying into Disney Vacation Club, strike while the iron is hot. Strike when they are first opening up these resorts. That's when you're going to get the most savings, the most benefits, and the most incentives. So let's talk about dollars and cents. So at the villas at Disneyland Hotel, each vacation point is going to cost you $230. So if you want to buy 125 points into this resort, you're looking at about $28,000 as the bottom line. If you are looking to purchase 150 points and become a Blue Card member, then you're going to pay $32,000. And this is going to include your cost for points as well as your closing costs. Now, one thing that is really important for me to mention, Disneyland and Aulani are going to be different than all the other DVC properties in that they have a transient tax occupancy that you will have to pay if you are using points to stay at these resorts. I'm going to put a chart up on the screen so you guys can see. So this tax is going to vary once again depending upon the days of week and the sort of room that you're staying in and then the time of year. So definitely keep this in mind that even after your membership, let's say you purchase your membership in full, you don't owe anything, you are still going to have to pay this tax every time you stay at this resort. So definitely keep that in mind. You're going to want to equate this into your budget when you're purchasing points as well and figuring out, okay, if we vacation at this certain time, we're going to be paying this tax. And of course, keep in mind as well that taxes are not something that is fixed. So every year taxes are going to go up a little bit. So once again, definitely keep this in mind if you're purchasing at Disneyland or Disney's Aulani. Now let's talk about some of the fun things. So for the villas at Disneyland, like I said, you're going to have duo studios, which are occupancy of 2. And the theming in these rooms is going to be the Jungle Book. Then the deluxe studio villas are going to be themed to Sleeping Beauty and The Princess and the Frog. 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom are going to have Sleeping Beauty, Fantasia, and can have a mixture of Princess and the Frog as well. So just keep that in mind for the designs of these rooms. Everything I've seen as far as the concept art and even the tours of this hotel are bright colors, lots of fun designs, and just very family friendly. And they have a lot of wall art as well that is going to be present in these rooms. So one thing that I think will be really nice is that this resort is focused on Disney animation and concept art, like I said. So if you've ever stayed at Disney's Art of Animation and you've seen the main lobby where there's lots of bright colors and artist sketches and drawings, that's going to be similar to the theming here. And it's going to be based upon the backstory to some of your favorite Disney classic cartoons and films. And so one thing that I do love about this resort and this property is that it's just classic Disney, and the Disneyland resort in itself is classic Disney. It just fits in so well with this resort and with this property. And where the building is located, it's just basically the fourth wall, I guess I would call it, of the Disneyland resort. Currently there are 3 towers, and now this building will be the 4th tower. If you've never stayed at the Disneyland resort, some wonderful features: have a pool with monorail slides. The DVC side of this resort will also have its own pool, and they will even have deluxe studios that face out to the pool and that have a balcony. Some other features of this resort: you're going to have character dining at Goofy's Kitchen. You're also going to have quick service options, Trader Sam's, Tangora Terrace, and then in-room dining. And can I just say that during my recent trip to Disneyland, I probably ordered room service, I'm not even joking guys, every single night, and it was amazing. It did add up, so keep that in mind. Once again, budgeted into your trip, but it really was delicious and super convenient. And like I said, you cannot beat the walk to the parks. They even have a little separate trail that runs from the resort all the way to the Grand Californian. So if you want to resort hop from one to the next, feel free to take that trail. They have lots of open lawn and spaces where you can stretch out and run around, and it's all within the property. So you can also feel safe, not feel like you're exposed and things like that. Guys, we're going to circle back around to our main question of this video, and should you buy Disney Vacation Club right now? And to answer the question, I'm going to point you guys back to what we talked about. If you are considering buying DVC, now is the best time to purchase. If you want to have all of the benefits, the full 50 years of the contract, if you want the most savings, and that is going to be at the Disneyland Hotel. There are 2 properties that are also opened on the East Coast side, Disney's Grand Floridian and Disney's Riviera. Just be aware that when you buy into those resorts, you're not going to have the full 50 years. You can still get some savings at these resorts. Make sure to check out Disney Vacation Club's website to see. They are having a summer savings event. And then there's also Disney's Aulani Resort in Hawaii. Something that I would also encourage you guys to do is to price out how much you're currently spending on your Disney vacation trips every single year, and then tabulate out how much it would cost for you to buy points that equate out to that trip. And you may be shocked to find out that you may be spending more money doing it that way versus DVC. Another member benefit that I forgot to mention is that Disney Vacation Club members also can purchase park tickets and annual passes for the price of Florida residents and California residents. So keep this in mind as well, that Disney Vacation Club also offers you benefits that you don't have as an annual pass holder or even as just a typical park goer. Well, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. If you found the content in this video helpful, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.